So I thought to make a video on this last review on this Hung-Lite Super XL automatic oiler saw. But this is one of the best saws I ever made. Well, a lot better than those modern ones, which is they're old school. But you see the gas pumping? You see that? Why is it doing that? It shouldn't do that. So I decided to put it in a piece of wood and ran it for about just a couple more minutes, and it runs perfectly now. I like it, and it's a good saw. I'm definitely going to be using this saw as a firewood saw, or I might just have to get another fuel cap to replace this red cap because the duckbill valves are going bad in it. That's probably what's causing this thing to make too much pressure into this machine. So I like this saw. I like it where it can pull a 20-inch bar with this Echo CS590 chain, and it's a lot more sharper than those other blades. And I'm gonna add me a rubber handle to it, just like on the Remington 45, and make it put it right here, right through here, and have it right here, had sealed right here, so that way it'll look exactly just like the movie. And if you're going to be wondering if these are used in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, yes. These things do kind of remind you of a Texas Chainsaw Massacre saw, what Leatherface used. And they use some of the modern ones too, like the Husky 455 and the Stihl MS 441 and the Husqvarna 359 or 450 and the Hung-Lite XL12 and the Ash Evil Dead. But if you guys are wondering if these saws are still going to be used for flesh, no, not in real life. Not in real life, but they're only for wood only. I put it in a piece of wood just to cut with it, but these things are designed for wood only, because these things are recommended for wood, but not for your hands, because these are dangerous, because they can kill you and hurt you, because all of these saws are dangerous to use, because safety is very important to do. But you should always wear your eye protection and hearing protection when you're using a saw. Gas saws and battery powered saws are allowed, because all of these modern ones and the battery powered one are allowed, just depending on how long you've been riding them, in case if you've gotten way too close to your ear, because that'll cause you to lose your hearing. But I keep these things further away from my ears, because I never put them too close to my face, because it is dangerous. But and to your children, if your children are a big fan of horror movies, but some of them. But I just want to make it clear, but all of these chainsaws are only to cut wood, for cutting wood only, because these things are designed for wood only in real life. But in the movies, they were not real, because the flash they set up are not real. It's just dummies and statue they cut up. They put fake blood in them, and but you could still use these to cut firewood for a period of time during the day and the evening time, sometimes when it gets dark on your heels. But in real life, but this one does sound just like the movie of the Pullman 4200 countervibe. I'll start up for a minute and show you of it idling. Yeah, I'd say the vent was definitely gone bad in it. I'd say duckbill valve was definitely cause of it. Oh, shoot. That's why it's been peeling the paint off. Because the gas is spraying over the cap onto the machine while it's running and spraying it onto the top right here. That's reason why. So I think I might had to end up just to get another gas cap to replace this one. Because all these free caps I had have gone bad. Only red caps I got have gone bad in them. So I just definitely want to make this quick video for you guys to let you know all these Texas Chainsaw Massacre saws don't do like in the movies, but they can only be used to cut firewood and stuff. But not to worry about everything you see on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies are not real. But if you want to watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's up to you. But if you don't want to watch them, don't watch it. But I watch it sometimes. Sometimes it scares me for a bit, so I decide to move over to another channel on TV. But so yeah, and but this thing does sound like a Poland 4200 kind of vibe. But even that. But this original saw almost look exactly just like the Part 2 saw called the Dalmore Silver Star. That's what Lefty was using. If you couldn't find the Dalmore, the Sator Dalmore, this cheap Amazon chainsaw will work as the Part 2 saw. But only difference is it's just the orange colors, but it's not a big deal. If you couldn't find the 359, the 450 will work. Because it's got snap caps. It's got a decompression release button in the auto choke. And the Hunlite XL will work for the Part 2. And the Makoa. And the Husqvarna 455 Rancher is used in the 3D movie. Also, each one of the Stihl chainsaws. The Stihl MS441, but this is the MS291 Farm Boss. So, if you thought I was going to put a 24-inch bar onto this thing, but my dad has a 24-inch bar, but I don't need to put it on, which is I don't even need to use a long bar. Because I'd rather had a 20-inch bar onto this saw. And the MS291. And the Husqvarna 450. Better than that. But you could put a 24-inch bar onto this Super XL, but they can pull that bar. But if you're running these things too long with a 24-inch bar, because they'll get heavy on you. You'll cause yourself to lose control of the saw. And it's not worth to put a 24-inch bar on the big saw, which is, it's not a biggie, not a big deal. So yeah, this paint is wearing off all the time. I got it over my finger. Dagnabbit. But I can definitely fix it with a little bit of spray coat on there. Just further away from the saw, but not too close, because that's how I messed it up. That's how I messed up the paint job. But on this one, this is the XL12. You see, what happened is I keep the sprayer further away from the saw when I'm painting. When I'm painting the saw, I keep the paint further away from it as possible. So let me go ahead and put a little bit of coat on it. A little bit of coat on the paint, so that way it will not be able to happen again. Alright, I got it on there fixed, so hopefully it'll dry a little bit longer. So, the old saws, just like in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, are real saws. But you could still use them to cut firewood with them, but not on your flesh and stuff in anyone. Because these are dangerous. It can definitely cause a serious injury or death. But other than that, but it's a firewood saw. I'm just gonna be using it for wood only, but not on my skin and stuff, because I don't want that to happen to me. What happened to my dad? But he does ran a Honglite XL chainsaw like that one. He used to run one of these a long time ago, which is he used to run these a lot and work on them because replacing the gasket, a crank seal, is definitely a tough job. So he decided to quit messing with Honglites and switch over to the other ones like the Husqvarna and Stihl. But this little saw is easy to work on, but except for this one, because last time when I was at the yard sale looking around and I saw this chainsaw sitting on the table for about $48, and I was like, I think I might better get that. So I decided to make an offer with the guy, and he said you can definitely take it for $25. He's also got more of them, which is they're about the same, which is he's using as for parts. They'll cost about $100 for all, but so I decided to went this one because that one runs. So what else? I asked him if it runs. He said it does run. He did start it. I did ask him to start it and run for me just to make sure. And when I got it home, it was idling fine, but it did not want to stop blowing a little bit of smoke out of the muffler when I was using it. But he did said these saws do get tricky to adjust the carburetor, so I put an XL12 carburetor into this one because its carburetor, the original carburetor, lost a lot of pressure and caused it to run lean, and that's how it ended up in a situation with carburetor problems. But this is a good saw, but I'm gonna keep him around for a long time, because I'm a Honglite guy that loves Honglites, and I love Husqvarna and Stihl and the Remington and the Atlas and the Ryobi and the other one. But there's another Super XL that my cousin had that he didn't feel like fixing, but I will probably be getting another one someday, which is it's got a stock muffler that sounded just like a Poland 245A in the Texas Chainsaw 1974 movie. But this chain I'm running is an Echo CS590 chain. And I'll put this bar on the other Super XL with an Oregon chain, and put the chain on the other 20-inch bar made by Honglite onto this saw. And what I'll do, I'll spray paint the other Super XL just like I did the other one, just like I did to the XL12, and probably do the same thing like I did on this one. Keep the paint further away from the body, and next time I'll take the handle off of this Super XL and set it in here, right on there in front of its brother, and take it outside and spray it down with a red coat of paint. And when that's done, I'll bring him back in here and let him dry. Put the handle back on, put fresh fuel on it, fresh fuel filter, and add some fresh gas into it and see if she'll fire up. And if she runs real good, I'll get another hung light. I'll get a hung light 20-inch bar for this chainsaw with a guard with the ported muffler, and add his bar onto his sister Super XL. Well, but like I said, don't ever watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Last time when I watched it, when he was cutting the guy on the side in the 3D movie, it was kind of disgusting. But that's called your felling cut, like you're felling a tree. But I just want to make it clear, but all the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies you saw on television are not real. But all these saws, real life, are the same saws were used in the replica movies, which is, they're still recommended to be cutting wood. So I'm going to use all of my saws to cut firewood, including the battery-powered saw and this chainsaw, and the XL12 when I get it going someday. Even that, I'll put the tape, a black tape, to blend in with the grommet of the jets, and leave the jets alone on the other Super XL. And I'll get 4 black gas caps. I'll get 3 of them for those saws to replace the, whoops, got a little bit of paint on my fingers. Dagnabbit. I shouldn't touch the paint while the paint's wet. But anyways, don't ever watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. They're scary and terrifying. But don't ever watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I just want to let y'all know that all these things are very dangerous to do. Which is, if you do have an accident, if your saw was got you right in the leg, you're going to be rushed over to the emergency room. So whatever you do, don't ever watch this Texas Chainsaw Massacre. If y'all like those movies, you can watch them. But to me, I can watch them sometimes. Sometimes I like to. But other than that, I recommend using those saws for firewood only. For me, I'm going to use all my saws to cut firewood. Not to goof around, not to play around with them. They are dangerous, but they're not a toy. And last time when you see me doing the video for Bubba Sawyer, that's the demonstration video. I wanted to point it out, what I was doing. But also, don't ever do the same type of stuff like I was doing. But that is kind of dangerous, and if a chainsaw falls on your head, you could have been dead right behind the spot where you're at. Also, don't ever do the same mistake, same thing like I did at home. Don't ever do that. But for this year on Halloween, I'm not going to do that again no more. But I know it's kind of scary, but I understand that. But I'm going to be using them saws for firewood only. Sometimes I only do them on Halloween season. Take the chain off saws, leave the bar on, so that way it wouldn't hurt me. next time I'll take the chain off when I do the Halloween videos again. When I do the chainsaw videos, I'll take the chain off of these saws. Next time when I do a Halloween video for you guys. When I do a Halloween video for you guys next time, I'll take the chain off. And other than that, don't ever watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like I said earlier, they're scary and terrifying. But Gunnar Henson was a good actor since he passed away wearing a face mask, but that is absolutely disgusting. Don't ever watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But I know it's okay for adults like you guys, you can watch them, but for kids don't even need to watch that. So, anyways, there's my last review on the Homelite Super XL automatic oiler. One of these days you see another one someday when I get it. When I get it someday, when I uploaded another video on one of these, you're going to see the difference between the other one when I get it. So, anyways, thank y'all for stopping by to the channel. Like, subscribe, and don't miss out for more videos. And also, if you want to see me do a video comparison, Homelite Super XL versus Husqvarna 450. Leave the thoughts in your head. If you want me to do the Homelite Super XL versus Husqvarna 450, I will do it for you. When me and my buddy Ronnie gets finished with the other porch, I'll do a lumber video for you guys and let you see this saw in action. So, anyways, one of these days I'll have a video of the Super XL and an action for you guys for the real test. And so anyways, there's my video on the Homelite Super XL automatic.